Hi, Jessica here for MyTransgenderNation. Welcome back. Someone sent me a message from our YouTube channel recently and asked me to do a video about changes that I went through during HRT as an older individual, and specifically asked if I had breast growth and if it helped reverse or stop hair loss. So I have done a video in the past about this, but it's been quite a while since I have. So I thought I'd revisit this and give an update and pretty much rehash what I've talked about in the past. So here we go. So HRT, how that worked out for me. So when I first started HRT, I think the very first thing that I noticed about it was an overall change in my mood. That was the very first thing that I noticed. And then what followed that fairly quickly actually was the texture of my skin. I noticed that my skin got soft rather quickly. And my daughter said that I looked very shiny. So those were a couple things that happened fairly quickly. And then everything else took a while. And you got to remember now, I've been on hormones, how long now? Probably 7 years, probably. And, it's not something you stop once you start. So, but I would say the changes are long since finished. But some things that happened but took a lot longer to happen was muscle mass. Muscle mass changed dramatically over time. I'm just still to this day blown away by how much that changed. To give you a couple of examples, I still have some pretty good muscles on my arms, but when I started, I had big man arms. I used to work out, and now my arms are probably less than half the size that they were. An example of the decrease in muscle mass. My band underneath my breasts, I measured just before I started hormones, and I was just over 48 inches. And then not all that long ago, I measured it again, and I'm under 42 inches. Think about the amount of muscle mass that had to decrease in order to go from 48 inches around down to 42 inches around. I noticed, and even in my hands, I've got big man hands, but just the, like around my fingers and stuff, they changed quite a bit. My legs were always, when I was a guy, everybody said that I had chicken legs, and now they say I have hot legs. I noticed a change in where body fat got distributed. Belly fat used to sit a lot higher on me than it does now. Belly fat has definitely dropped in its position. I try to keep it to a minimum as much as possible. Fat in my legs. My upper thighs got much bigger than they were originally, which was actually a good thing because now I have some shape to my legs, and not chicken legs. So those were some other changes that I noticed. Breast growth. I had breast growth. It wasn't massive, but I definitely went from pretty much no boobs to having boobs. I would say they were got to maybe a small B. I eventually decided that it just wasn't enough for the size of my person and ended up having breast augmentation, but I did get some breast growth. Another question that was in there that I was asked about was hair loss. So I'm bald on top. That happened many, many years ago. There is no reversal of hair loss with hormones at all. And it was way past the point of, stopping hair loss. I'm too old for it to stop hair loss. So it didn't help in that regard at all. I went to hair club event and ended up going with, I first started with like a full wig and then ended up going to a cap and grew my hair out on the back and sides of my head. So I have a glued on cap and a full head of hair in the back. So, and that works out great because I can put my hair up, So I've been doing that for years, and I really like that setup. I don't really appreciate having to go once a month and having the cap removed and look at myself with a bald head, but not much you can do past that, you know? So that's how that works out well for me. So we talked about the changes that I can think of that happened to me along the way with hormone replacement therapy. And I don't think that there was any, what I would call adverse effects at all. So I hope that helps you guys. That's how it worked out for me. I'll be doing another video soon. I hope this was helpful. Enjoy the rest of your day.